Hello, I'm Nancy O'Neill. Thank you so much for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This piece is by Ringling alumna artist Jessica Nagy. Jess created a series of works for an event made by Gallery participated in with Brides Against Breast Cancer. Please contact Made By for more information about Jess's work or how to have Made By be part of your special event. Now today on Suncoast FYI, we'll be speaking with author Sally Fernandez, Gary Ingram, president of Ingram Marine, and manager for Venice Health Park and Women's Services, Kendra Marsden. All next, right here on Suncoast FYI. Hi, I'm Nancy O'Neill. Thanks for being with us on this week's Suncoast FYI. Our first guest lives to put pen to paper. She's a local author, and you've probably heard of her books if you're into suspense thrillers. Sally Fernandez has an exciting new series of works, and she's releasing the first book in just a few days. She's here to talk more about Climatized, a Max Ford thriller. Welcome to the show, Sally.
Thank you, Nancy, for the
We
opportunity.
can't wait to hear all about what you have in store for us. Now, I know that you weren't into writing until a short time ago, so how did you become an author of political thrillers?
Well, it's quite interesting because I'm not an English lit major and never really entertained writing. But in the 2008 presidential election, I started questioning what I thought were some of the frightening possibilities. My husband, however, who is my editor, thought the questions were more like a rant. So he challenged me to put it to paper. And I took one of the events, tried to create kind of a what if, and ended up with a 50-page scenario.
Oh, gosh.
So I really enjoyed the creative writings aspect. I enjoyed the research. And I guess the impetus comes from something Francis Bacon said, that truth is hard to tell. Sometimes you need fiction to make it plausible.
Yes. I read that. I read that on your website, and that is so true. I mean, and so much of fact is based, or fiction is based in fact, or you know, vice versa. So, what's inside your mind when you start writing a book? I mean, how do you start that creative flow coming?
Well, I start off with a little murder, a little mayhem, a little mystery, and a lot of politics. Okay. And to quote another luminary, because I think what's most important, and I take heart to the words, are from Pericles, who said, just because you don't take an interest in politics doesn't mean politics won't take an interest in you. And so I find it fascinating to take current political events and just weave them into a fictional plot to entertain, but also to inform the reader and let them decide what's real and what's not real.
And unfortunately, so much of what isn't real is becoming real. Your latest novel, Climatized, can you tell us more about Max?
Well, in Climatized, Max is hired by the wife of a prominent senator to investigate his untimely death. There are other three well-known, world-renowned scientists who have also lost their lives 3 days before they were supposed to testify at his committee on climate change. Then Max discovers there's a fourth scientist missing, and a clue leads her to Sarasota.
Oh my.
And through a series of events, she goes from Patrick's to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, meets a few of Sarasota's finest citizens along the way, and then ends up in Italy. In Italy, she discovers a powerful organization that's responsible for the killings, and she finds out what the motive is all about. So she provides the information to the president. The president has to decide, does he cover up a diabolical plot or bring down $1 trillion worldwide industry?
And that is the theme that's explored in the book, which do you want to share that with us, or shall we wait and read it?
Actually, I'd like to share a little part of it because it's kind of interesting. Through my research on my prior novels, I touched on the subject of global warming. But I also discovered that there was a disconnect between the scientific data that explains global warming and the public policy. And I think we can all agree that climate change is up there with politics and religion and creates heated discussions, but it also adds much confusion. And so I believe that Climatize will help to put to rest some of the confusion and also to explain the real science. Now, the interesting aspect of this book is I did something a little different. I incorporated real characters, real experts in the fictional plot.
It's great.
So one of them is a well-known New York Times bestselling author on the subject, and
Of climate
change, and a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute think tank. There are also a group of men who were part of the NASA Apollo space mission team, and they are members of an organization called the Right Climate Stuff Group research team. So I wrote the manuscript, and then I decided, out of courtesy, to contact them and let them know what I had done.
Awesome. And I bet you they were thrilled.
They were thrilled, but I also asked them if they would read the manuscript and fact check to substantiate my research, which they did. They said their research was spot on, and they gave me full endorsement.
So your book is really based on facts. I mean, even though, you know, the climate change dogma is kind of not, you know, we don't want to deal with it, you're going to deal with it, and you've got experts who gave you the facts.
Exactly.
Okay. So what is next for you?
Well, Climatize is the first book in a new series for Max.
Okay.
So there's another book. I have several other plots. But because of the scientific community, it's opened doors for presentations and book
Many more
signings,
things.
universities and foundations. It's being pitched in Hollywood, maybe a movie.
Wonderful.
And,
a lot going on.
And what's interesting about this book is that while it has garnered the attention of the scientific community, it's also something I think will satisfy somebody who wants just a nice beach read.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it covers it all, and boy, I hope that we get some action out of it.
Well,
thank you, Sally, so
thank
much
you.
for being here.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I look forward to reading your book.
Thanks.
Thank you. Again, Sally's book will hit the shelves this Tuesday, and hitting the water soon is Ingram Marine's fleet of new boats. Gary Ingram will join us after the break to tell us about their new location in Fort Myers, so please stay with us. Hi, welcome back to Suncoast FYI. Ingram Marine is in the process of opening a 5th location on the West Coast. President Gary Ingram is here to give us the details. So, good morning,
Good morning.
And thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, I know you already have 4 locations, and you're going to be opening a new location where?
It's down in North Fort Myers,
Okay.
which is Lee County, and in that location is probably in Florida the largest boat registration there is. So it's a big location.
Wow.
They take boating down there pretty serious, and we're excited.
So you'll be a nice addition down there. Where are your other 4 locations, though, Gary?
Well, our corporate store is in Port Charlotte, and we're up here in Sarasota, which is about an hour from the Port Charlotte store, and it's right on 41, which is the second busiest road besides the interstate. And we're now down in North Fort Myers, also on 41. So we have 3 stores on 41, and we have 2 stores that are that we also are on the water. So we have some water locations. So that North Fort Myers store, we're also on Pine Island at
Which
Four
is
Winds
a great
Marina.
spot, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So how are your 5 stores going to function together as a unit?
Well, they're all going to be powered by the best saltwater engine on the market, Yamaha.
Yes,
So that's
they are.
easy.
Yes, okay.
And then, of course, we've been very blessed over the years to be able to get some of the best boat lines, like Grady White, Pathfinder, Sea Hunt, Cobia, Skeeter, Bennington pontoon boats. So we're really fortunate in that department. And we're also fortunate that our backyard is so beautiful for boating. I mean, you don't have to really sell the sizzle. It's awesome. From restaurants to fishing to just getting out and spending time with your family.
Yep. Yep. So now all the different boat manufacturers that you mentioned, they have different, different functions for the water. I mean,
Oh, they are. They're all different.
Pontoon boats
Pontoon
are
boats,
for cruising and
yeah, well, they're
not
fishing
cruising.
out of pontoon boats too now. We're putting
right.
power poles on there
All
and
right.
trolling motors. So, but no, the pontoon boat is a very, very nice boat for a lot of people. It rides really well now. Technology's developed those boats.
Mm-hmm.
They go as fast as regular boats now, and they ride very well.
Well, I just brought that one up because you have so many different lines. You have something for everyone. Is
Yes,
my point.
you're right. You know, we have the penthouse, which I call Grady White.
Yeah.
You don't get any better than Grady White. Now, of course, all our boats, we focus on outboard engines. We don't get into the big stuff that has the diesels, which is another style of boating, but we stay with outboard boats.
They're easier to fix, aren't they? The outboard
Well-
motors are easier to get to.
They're just more popular, and they work well with roadside stores. The other boats are a lot bigger
Okay.
that I'm talking about.
Now, when I went on your website, there was something that caught my eye. It's a boat you think of as, oh my gosh, it's so much work, but you pointed out that it's not really work. It's all the enjoyment that it gives you for fishing, being with family, spending quality time with them, and having memories. And these are things you can't get from other things that you buy. I mean, tell us a little bit more about your philosophy on that.
It's awesome being on a boat.
Yeah.
With anybody, your best friend. My dad and I.
Right?
Yeah. And then, of course, my children have been on the boats. I can remember my daughter in the live well, playing in the live well, giving us our bait for my son and I to fish.
How old was she then?
She was 5, 6.
Yeah.
And she loved the live well.
Yeah. And
She would get in the live well.
And now it's family owned and operated. So do you
It
have
is.
some of
It's
your
been family. Oh, it's. I got my nephews in it, and it's definitely a family business. It started by my dad.
That's great. That's great. Well, I look forward to getting out in one of your boats. I mean, do you rent boats? Do you
No.
or no? But
No,
you have new
we-
boats.
New boats, and we sell pre-owned
and
boats.
We sell boats too.
Yes.
Okay. So something in everybody's price range then.
There is, and
Okay.
boating out there is phenomenal, especially in our waters. We boat 12 months out of the year.
Yeah. You don't have to go anywhere to enjoy it.
No.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So where can our viewers go to find out more about all of your locations?
Our
And-
website is probably now the #1 place to go check us out.
Okay, and we'll put that on the
EnglandMarine.com.
screen. Okay, all right, great. Thank you, Gary, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. It's October tomorrow, and in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Venice Regional Bayfront Health has a special offer all month long. We'll talk with Venice Health Park and Women's Service Manager Kim Marsden more about it, so don't go far. Thanks for staying with Suncoast FYI. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Venice Regional Bayfront Health has a special offer available all month long. And here to tell us more is the manager for Venice Health Park and Women's Services, Kendra Marsden, and joining her is breast cancer survivor Sandy Wilmink. Thank you so much, ladies, for both being here, and I look forward to hearing your story a little bit later on in this segment. But we're going to start with you, Kendra. Can you tell us what types of programs will you be offering during the month of October?
In honor of breast cancer awareness, we have an $89 mammogram special, and we also have our Mammo Money program, which actually is available all year long. And we have a third event, which we'll tell you a little bit more in a moment.
Okay. Now, you have several programs, you said. Is there
Yes.
some particular way that our viewers need to qualify for these, or are they available to everyone?
That's a great question. Our $89 mammogram October special is actually intended intended for the women that are uninsured, aged 40 and older, with a physician's order or prescription. And then our Mammo Money program, which again is year-round, that is truly available to all of our residents in the counties of Sarasota and Charlotte, based upon financial need. And 100% of the mammograms are covered for those patients. They pay absolutely nothing.
That's wonderful. And I understand that the Mammo Money was started by a firefighter back in
Absolutely.
2011.
That is absolutely true.
That's wonderful. What a wonderful thing that he did, among other things that he does to serve our community. That's great. So, so a woman has to have a prescription from a doctor, but that is the only prerequisite for them coming and having a mammogram, where they can go take advantage of at other locations?
Our $89 mammogram special and also our Mammo Money program is offered exclusively through Venice Regional Bayfront Health's Breast Imaging Center of Excellence, and that's located at Venice Health Park, which is at the corner of Jacaranda Boulevard and Center Road in Venice.
Okay. Now, where can our viewers go to find out more about the Mammo Money and the mammograms? Because I know it's recommended anyone over 40 have them annually.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a couple of different ways that information can be provided. First of all is online, and that would be www.veniceregional.com/mammo. Secondly, by telephone, and that would be an 800 number, 855-876-2362. And thirdly, in person at our Pink Party, which will be held on October 20th.
Okay. So now we're going to hear from Miss Sandy, and you're going to tell us about the Pink Party, or you're both going to tell us about the Pink Party?
Yes, yes. Our Pink Party is a beautiful celebration for breast cancer survivors, but also for ladies that have just been diagnosed. And of course, there's always family members that are interested in hearing more about it. And the evening will include physicians that are specialists that will be there for questions. We're going to have a mammogram technologist that will be there. Also, area businesses, but we're very proud of our Venice Fire Department. They'll be there with their pink T-shirts. And myself, I am a volunteer for the American Cancer Venice Relay for Life. And so we're going to have a table there with all kind of information from the American Cancer Society right here in Sarasota.
Okay, and there are activities going on throughout the evening, and it's from 5:30 to 7? Okay.
Thursday, October 20th.
Okay.
And any of those three ways that I mentioned, people can find out information about the party.
Okay.
And all are welcome.
And all, is there a charge?
It is
associated?
totally free.
No? And you give them special treatments when they attend the parties, right?
Yes.
It's not just kind of a meet and greet. I mean, there's salon
Services.
available and
We
everything?
have a few spa services. We have refreshments. Everyone gets a goodie bag. It's a really elegant evening of inspiration, education, celebrating breast cancer awareness.
Yes, and survivors. I mean, how wonderful to talk with you.
I'm going to share my story, and I think everybody likes to hear how someone else found their cancer and what they went through. And I make it lighthearted, though.
Yes.
No
Well,
one
I
leaves
mean,
in tears.
You know, I mean, there has to be the joy and tears, but getting through something so traumatic in one's life and
Yes.
having somebody inspirational like you to help them through it, bless your heart.
Thank you.
We're so
Thank you.
fortunate to have Sandy
thank
with
you.
us to be our featured speaker.
All right. Well, thank you again. And the party, one more time, the event, the Pink Party is?
Thursday, October 20th, 5:30 to 7 at Venice Health Park in
All right.
Venice.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kendra, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. Suncoast FYI will be back after a short break. Thank you so much for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. If you have a business or community event that you would like to share with us, please call our sales department at 941-361-4239. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.